everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is one that I have wanted to make for a really long time, but I didn't quite know how to pitch it. So I'm kind of putting this video out there as a little bit of a feeler to see how, you know, if you enjoy watching these kinds of videos. I really do, which is why I wanted to make one. But this video is basically going to be my more high-end, high street, few designer items sort of mixed in there, collection haul kind of a thing, and how I was able to purchase them for significantly less than the retail price. Now I am going to be sprinkling in a few of my kind of tips and tricks, if you like, on how to search for these items on sites like eBay and Vestiaire and places like that, and my little kind of tips and tricks and a few little do's and don'ts along the way, and just what I learned, and also like how to look for them, what to even search for, you know, all of that. So let me know if you enjoy this kind of video just by basically just like this video, comment below, just interact with it, because that shows me that, you know, if you engage with the video, that shows me that you like it. I know that sounds obvious, but a lot of people are like, oh yeah, well I watched it, so you know, that shows I like it. It really helps if you, yeah, interact with it. Also, if you don't particularly enjoy these videos, that is also helpful feedback. Please say it kindly. And yeah, let's get into the video. I have my lovely mug of tea. My my husband's going to be very annoyed with me because he tends to do the washing up, and I have now got lipstick on this mug, and he hates cleaning off lipstick, so sorry darling. Okay, so first up we have sunglasses, and this is a gorgeous pair of Ray-Bans, and this is in the Erica style, and my neighbours are going to think I'm nuts. They already think I'm nuts, so you know, we're rolling with it. But I absolutely love these sunglasses, and I have wanted a pair of these for a really long time. The model I have, I don't know if it's going to focus on them, it might just freak it out, but I've got, obviously like I said, the Erica frame, and I've got them in the matte black. I wanted the matte black because basically I think they look really cool. And I went into well, no, where was it? I was at an airport, I believe, and I tried on a pair of these in the shiny black, and just really liked the shape of them. I really loved the style of them, but I just preferred the matte black in finish. I just think it's a little chicer, a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more cool, I suppose. And I have wanted a pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses for just a really long time. I think they're one of those brands where growing up I used to, you know, see people with a pair of Ray-Bans on and be like, you're cool. I just think they're a really cool brand. And when it comes to sunglasses, quality really is worth buying, because you know, you're protecting your eyes at the end of the day. And now that I have had a good pair of quality sunglasses, I literally can't go back. I have a pair which I really love the style of, but I think they were just from Topshop or somewhere, and they're just, I can't. After wearing these, you can be in such bright sunlight and not even be squinting. They're just absolutely phenomenal. But I got these on eBay. Now, eBay is probably my favourite place to buy secondhand, you know, pre-loved items, because it's the one I kind of feel the most comfortable with, but it is also the one you have to be the most careful on, because there are a lot of counterfeit products out there. I got these actually from a certified seller, and those do exist. Look for the eBay certification on their seller homepage. Make sure you look for that, especially with things like sunglasses, because they are really easy to forge and all of these things. But that's where I got these from. They didn't take a huge amount of searching, and I think I got these for just under £50, which is still, you know, not super cheap, but a lot less than they would have been brand new. And I absolutely love these. I wear them to death. Yes, so eBay, amazing, but just make sure that you're buying them from a verified seller would be my advice with that one. Okay, so next up we're gonna do my first full-on designer item. Now, this was not the first one that I purchased. I'll show you that in a second. But this is my beautiful Burberry cashmere scarf. Now, this I mean, I absolutely adore it. It's so soft. Whenever I wear it, I'm just like stroking it constantly. This I got from Vestiaire. Now, this is my not so good Vestiaire experience. I have one slightly less good and I have one absolute triumph, two absolute triumphs, to be fair. So this is my, I thought I'd start with a slightly negative one and then we'll, you know, we'll build from there. But I've found this beautiful scarf on Vestiaire and it was listed for about £87, I think, and then I made them an offer and I got it for about 75, I think we landed on in the end, which obviously is still a lot of money for a scarf, do not get me wrong, but it is pure cashmere and it is quite distinctly Burberry. Now, I didn't particularly want the classic Burberry check because I don't really like red. And also I have a beautiful, beautiful black scarf that serves that kind of colour palette of my wardrobe. My colour palette is definitely split in two. I love the kind of the creams and the pinks and the browns and the neutrals, but I also love the blacks and the greys. And so I kind of have a split wardrobe with both, just kind of depends on my mood, to be honest. So I felt like that fitted the, you know, one side of my wardrobe, but I didn't have a really good quality scarf that wasn't really, really bulky. Now I have a beautiful, beautiful scarf that my husband actually bought me, but it's quite a thick one, and sometimes I find it a little bit difficult to wear with a big coat on. You just kind of feel a bit bundled up and a bit much. So I wanted something that was thin, hence the cashmere. And I love the Burberry check. So, but story time. I made the offer for this for, like I say, about, I think it was 75. I can't remember exactly, but it was around about that. And was obviously super, super chuffed with that. And then I knew that there would be a little bit of a charge for it to go through the authentication process. Absolutely fine. I would rather pay a bit extra and know that I'm getting the real deal. But I didn't look at where this was coming from. And it came from Hong Kong, which meant that I had to pay customs charges on it, and that amounted to about £30. So I actually ended up spending nearly £45 more than I originally thought that I was going to be. So it was just a little bit of a, I still love my Burberry scarf. I'm still super, super glad that I bought it, but it was just a little bit of a sting. It kind of took the excitement out of the purchase a little bit for me, just because it made it just slightly less of a bargain. Still an absolute bargain, do not get me wrong. I don't think this had ever been worn, and it's a pretty rare colourway. I haven't seen this sort of pink and brown with slight blue running through it. I haven't seen that anywhere else. So still super, super glad, but just a word of warning with Vestiaire, make sure that you check the fees, and I think they could be more upfront with the fees that you're then going to have to pay. But going from a slightly not so good Vestiaire experience to an excellent one, we have my little baby. I'll be perfectly honest, I adore this bag. This is a vintage Mulberry bag, and I actually have no idea what the model of it is and what the style of it is called. If anybody does know, I would love to. Please, please, please do get back to me. But I've been looking for a small brown leather bag for a really, really long time, basically to fit with this aesthetic. You'll see that, like the black sunglasses, I am looking for a pair of brown ones now. So just don't worry, we're not, you know, that side of my wardrobe is not feeling left out. But I've been looking for a small brown leather bag that I could wear basically with my brown boots and just stuff like that. I don't like to be too matchy, but if I've got brown leather shoes, I like to have a brown bag to go with them. I just think like having a black bag just kind of looks not quite as put together, in my opinion. You do you, but that's just what I like to do. So when I found this gorgeous little item, I was like, could I really? Like, I hadn't even considered buying a Mulberry bag at this point, because I just presumed they were going to be, you know, completely out of my price range. But Mulberry is a brand that I've always loved, if I've ever seen a lady with a Mulberry handbag, I've always kind of thought like, there goes a classy gal, you know? It's a beautiful British brand that I just think has so much heritage and just history that I just absolutely love. So the fact that this is a vintage one as well just made it that little bit more special. It's been so well looked after. It is in beautiful condition. There's a little bit of stitching that's coming undone, but I can repair that perfectly fine. And I ended up getting this for, again, about 86, I think I paid for this in the end. But it came from the UK, so it did still have to get sent off to be verified, so that obviously was a charge for that, but there was no customs or anything like that, and it came beautifully packaged. I should have put it in it, to be fair, but I've got a beautiful Vestiaire dust bag that she lives in when she's not being used, and yeah, it's just absolutely stunning. And you can fit a surprising amount in here, because that was my only worry. I was like, oh, it's quite small. Fits an amazing amount. Okay, so moving away from designer for a minute, I wanted to talk about June, and specifically TK Maxx, because TK Maxx is one of my favourite shops on this planet. However, you cannot rush in TK Maxx, okay? You have to be willing to rummage and search and just kind of, yeah, try and work your way through everything, because if you are not prepared to do that, don't go into the shop. But I've noticed that TK Maxx has started selling, you know, more high-end designers now. They have their like gold label line, which is things like Chloe, and I saw a bit of Versace in there. What else was there? There was a bit of Miu Miu in there, like just like big labels, obviously for a higher price point. But I absolutely love June. I think it's such a good, it's obviously the sort of higher end of the high street kind of a price range generally, but I just think the quality of their bags and shoes is really excellent for what you pay. I think they are amazing, and I have a few pairs of their shoes, and I also have 2 bags. One I've had a little bit longer, one is a very recent purchase. So there's a gorgeous little black number. I bought this on a bit of a whim, to be honest, because I wanted a slightly smarter handbag with a crossbody that was, yeah, a little bit smarter but not too small. I could actually still put some stuff in it. And I ended up actually surviving for a week in Dublin when I got called over there for work really last minute, and this was the handbag that I had all week, just because it was the one that was packed with my stuff at the time. And I was able to fit my water bottle and my coffee cup and my purse and all the bits and bobs I needed in this bag, and I didn't miss having a bigger bag all week. So this has kind of become one of my absolute favourites, one of my go-tos, and the quality of the leather and the hardware is just stunning. So TK Maxx often has a lot of June. Case in point, we'll chat about this one in a second. So go in there, check the bags. They don't tend to have as many of the shoes, but they do have a lot of June bags and purses. So always recommend going in there, have a little bit of a look around. This is my most recent one. She actually hasn't been worn out of the house yet, and it's this gorgeous grey. Now this is a vegan leather. This is not leather like this one. This is a vegan leather, and it's got the sort of slightly lighter gold hardware on it. And this was a bag that I spotted, and I like walked around the shop with it for about 20 minutes. I just thought it was so weird, like just looking at stuff that I didn't even want to buy whilst I decided whether I was going to get it or not, because I didn't, you know, I don't need any more bags, but it's beautiful, come on. But the reason I did decide to buy it in the end is because, quite similar to this one really, I wanted a smarter summer bag that I could wear for things like, you know, going out for a nice lunch or going to a wedding, those kinds of things, because I didn't have anything apart from maybe the mulberry, but that was still quite dark in colour, that could go with, you know, summery dresses and light coloured blouses and shorts and, you know, that kind of a vibe. So that's how I justified it to myself, and that's why I bought it. But it is an absolutely beautiful bag. I love the closure. I love the fact you've got 2 compartments in here, and then you've got a zippy pocket at the back, and then it just, you know, snaps closed with the double magnets. It's just a beautiful bag. I absolutely adore it. But I had to search for this one. This one was on a shelf, like plain as day to see on display. I grabbed it and ran. Paid for it, obviously. This one, I had to search for it. It was completely buried underneath a load of quite ugly bags, to be honest with you. And then I saw it and I was like, how are you still here? Which is why I grabbed it and walked around the shop with it for 20 minutes, because I didn't want anybody buying it whilst I was making up my mind. So I'm very, very happy that she's come home with me. But yes, I probably won't take her out that much until more kind of the summery months. I just feel, you know, spring summer vibes. So this next bag, I actually debated whether I was going to put it in, because it's not really higher end exactly, but this is more a little bit of a moral of the story. This is what you can get if you know how to search. And again, if you want some more tips on how to do that, I can absolutely make a video just all about that subject. But it is this gorgeous little backpack or rucksack or whatever you want to call it. Now, I was away in Coventry with work, and I was sat in Waterstones desperately trying to finish my book in time for book club, and a woman walked past me wearing this bag in exactly this colourway, the beautiful dark green with the brown, and I noticed a little bee on the front and contrast stitching and just the gold hard. It just, literally my mouth fell open. I was like, oh, I want that bag. I was like, oh, it's gonna be really expensive, isn't it? Like, it looks expensive. And I was like, oh, you know what? I might just go and ask her, like, where she got it from. I might just go and ask her. But then I was like, oh no, like, she's browsing for books. She doesn't want to be disturbed. I'll see if I can find it. So I started Googling, and I literally just Googled the description of this bag, and lo and behold, ta-da! I found it. Now, originally I found the website. Now, this is from a brand called Just Be Loved, and B is spelled B-double-E, so like, you know, buzz buzz. And I was just like, great, amazing, I found it. And it wasn't that expensive. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but it was less than £100. And I was just like, oh, okay, like that's, I mean, I can't buy it right now, but, you know, maybe like next month, or, you know, I could have a little bit of think about it. It's definitely doable. But then the little bargain huntery part of my brain went, you're very good at searching on eBay. So I typed in the full title of the bag, and then I put in all the, you know, the search engine. I really, really narrowed it down, and I found it. I found it absolutely brand spanking new. Apparently it was an unwanted Christmas present. Who didn't want this? And what is wrong with them? Because I am literally obsessed with it. She was selling it, and it was like £12 starting bid, and it was ending within like the next few minutes. So I bid on it, and I got it. So this is my point with when you're searching for things, and you may find it just online, and you're like, great, oh no, it wasn't as much as I thought it was. Great, I'll just buy it now. Look anyway. Have a look on eBay, have a look on Facebook Marketplace, have a look on Depop, have a look, because you can almost always find one. I mean, this was absolutely brand new. It still had all of the, you know, the plastic on the hardware and everything. Like, it was completely brand new, never been used. You can find incredible, incredible bargains if you look. So this is your reminder. Have a look online, find the thing you want, and then go bargain hunting, because now I have it now, and I spent significantly less money than I would have done had I bought it brand new. Okay, and then to finish off this video, I'm actually going to finish with the first designer thing I ever bought myself. So I took some quite serious time over deciding what I wanted to purchase as my first kind of designer item. Now, like I say, a lot of people don't like designer stuff. That's totally fine. I totally get it. For me, it was just about, I don't know, I think I wanted something really, really special. That it was kind of just special to me. It's not an item that's flashy. It's not an item that other people really ever see. But it's an item that I use almost every day, and I spent quite a lot of time figuring out, you know, exactly what I wanted to get, and I tested out whether I would use this item by using just like a small little purse that I had, you know, just anyway, to see if I would get on with it better than a large one. And I decided to go for a card holder, and this is the one I got. Now, you may have seen, if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen me do a little unboxing of this, but this is a gorgeous Versace card holder. So I got it in this kind of, do they call it Saffiano leather? I don't know, the kind of grained leather, and then the gold Versace just written on the front, and you can fit 2 cards in each side and then 1 in the middle, and then you've got, you know, the same on the back. And this I got for just over £100, and it was something that I did have to save, like, for that. It was not an impulse purchase by any means. And like I say, this is not an item that other people ever see. You know, the only times I get this out of my bag are when I'm, you know, at the checkout, and generally, you know, you normally have your hand kind of over the logo, but I get just so much joy from this silly little card holder, because the quality of this is insane. Like, I wanted to get the textured leather because it just wears a bit better, but I have used this, okay, and I've not been especially gentle with it. I mean, I've not been rough with it, but I haven't been, you know, wrapping it up in cotton wool. It's been just, you know, in and out of my bags, in and out of my pockets. And although, you know, you can see where I put cards in, it has stretched a little bit to accommodate those. Fine, you know, it's used. I'm so sorry, my battery died, and I don't really know what I was talking about, but I think I was just basically raving about how lovely this is. So this was a Vestiaire purchase, and this was a really, really amazing experience. So this actually came from Germany, and so no export, import, nothing to pay on it at all, just the verification process. And the seller was amazing. They had sold several thousand items on Vestiaire, so they were a very experienced seller. It came with all of its original packaging, the original dust bag, the original box, the original authenticity card, everything. And so I really felt like I got the experience of buying a more high-end item, and I just felt like the whole experience was just lovely. It came within a couple of days, it came really, really quickly, so I didn't have to wait a really, really long time, and I just, yeah, to me, I'm really proud of this. This embodies a lot of things to me of, you know, there have been, I've worked really, really hard in my life so far, and this is my, like, little well done you kind of a moment. So yes, I know it's silly, I know that, and a lot of people, I mean, you're probably not still watching this video. These things can mean more than just that name on the front. You know, they can be a symbol of something, and this is something that I will use every day for the rest of my life, and I will probably be able to pass this on, should they want it. If you want to purchase yourself something, buying it secondhand, or, you know, pre-loved, or from TK Maxx, somewhere like that, just is such a good way of doing it. And it's just, sometimes you buy stuff new. I buy stuff new still, it's, you know, it's absolutely fine, but it's just about cutting down on that where you can. You can save yourself so much money, and it's just, you know, it's better for the environment, it's better for the industry, you know, it's just, it's all good stuff, and you can come away with some things that are really, really special to you, and you kind of feel like you earned them and you worked for them a little bit more because you actually had to search for them. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I hope you've really enjoyed this video. I appreciate it may just be a little bit of a look at these nice things that I own, but I just wanted to kind of inspire you into what you can find if you look for it. So yes, like I say, if you would like me to make more videos like this, like I say, I could definitely make one about clothes and one about shoes, then please, please, please do let me know. And if you would like some videos on how, you know, like a little bit more how to actually search for these things, then I will make that one a little bit more interactive. So if you send me items that maybe are on your wish list or that you're looking for, then I will absolutely, I will find those things for you, is basically what I'm thinking. So come follow me on Instagram. I'll put my handle here because that is probably where, that's the easiest place for me to put just a little question box and to get those, you know, ideas and items from you, or comment them below this video and I will absolutely get making that. So yeah, Do like and subscribe if you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!